Limerick because I was seeing a few of my friends last night. They came home from all parts of the world to Limerick, so I'm a little bit tired. That is okay. It is currently the 12th of July. It is 10 to 7. Been on the road since like 6:35. I only got out of bed at 6:20. And I'm on the way to Cork Airport. I'm flying to, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, so I do apologise. Please don't come for me. Carcassonne. Cork to Carcassonne. And then I'm going to stay in Carcassonne for like one night. And then the next day I get the train to Sete. Sete. And then I stay there for 2 nights. And then I get the train to Montpellier, and then I stayed there for 2 nights, and then I get the train back and I go to I'm flying out of the airport Brits, definitely pronouncing it wrong, I do apologise, and then I'm flying from there all the way up to Paris. And side note about Brits, I kept looking for public transport on Google Maps, and I was getting a little bit worried when Google Maps couldn't find a way, and I was like, well, if Google Maps can't find a way, how am I going to find a way? But then I looked on Reddit, where you find all your factual information, because it's such a small airport, because I looked it up on Google Maps then as well, because I was like trying to find a bus stop and then maybe find the company from the bus stop. There is so little flights going out of that airport that they do a shuttle bus from like the local towns for the flight, so it's only, it's only meant to be like 2-3 euro, so it's meant to be very, very cheap. So that is the plan. I am going by myself, solo traveling. I just wanted to, after like getting my results and stuff, and after like thinking about everything, I just kind of wanted like a few days and just to like do something for myself and to like mark for myself that like I passed and that I am going to graduate at the end of August, because it wasn't an easy road basically. So yeah, that's kind of it really. I have my book, I have my laptop, hopefully I'll get a good few pages done. I was hoping the book that I had ordered would be delivered in time. Unfortunately it's not, but to be fair, I only ordered it like 4 or 5 days beforehand, so that's it really. I have a cup of tea. This is the Disney cup that we got when we went to Disneyland, and it's so cute. Hello, so it's like 10 to 8. I'm after waking up a little bit. I do apologise if I was half asleep there, but I'm almost there. I'm just gonna do some skincare before I get there, because I need to pack my liquids bag and I'm overflowing, and I think you're only allowed 1 bag per person, but I have shampoo and conditioner and I just can't fit it. So once I get there, I think I need to do a little bit of rearranging, but I need to whack this on my face and get going basically. Yeah, about 10 minutes out and my bag is packed really. I do have a bag of like just powder and like my eyelash curler, because the only makeup I'm bringing is concealer and the Bare Minerals foundation powder. But I actually realised last night when I was doing my makeup that I'm at the really like low end of it, and it's actually like end of an era. Like it's definitely like out of date, but like I definitely had that in TY in secondary school. That's like 6 years ago. Like you should not have makeup for 6 years. I feel like when you're watching like any like makeup tutorials, like nobody's really like, they're doing translucent powder, but they're not like adding another powder on top of their foundation base. So, and then I've just been watching like a lot of makeup tutorials that I feel like I just need to like learn how to do my makeup better, because I'm just not happy with how it's sitting on my face when I go out. And I really need to like get my ass in gear and figure out how to do eyeliner, because I keep seeing it and I'm like, oh, I wonder like would that look nice, like would that suit my face? And I just don't know. I I don't know. It is starting to get warm. I finished the rest of Love Island. I saw the rest of Movie Night. Well, I feel like all the clips are done. Yeah, shocking behavior. And then when the girls were kind of like fighting with each other, like Dijon being like, or was it Harry? I think Harry said something, and then Dijon was like, no, like let them at it or else they'll be on us. He definitely said they'll be on us. It's just crazy behavior.
Try to play it, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test. Expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold an obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play it, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the...
It is, yeah, so it's 10 to 7 in the evening. I literally landed, I'd say, around 2 o'clock, and I was like, so I didn't look at like any public transport or how to get to my hostel. I just was like, I didn't want to plan too much. I kind of just wanted to like, what will be, which I feel like traveling solo, I don't think I have that luxury as much, so maybe I should have looked it up just in case. Like the airport was tiny, I didn't expect the airport to be that small, and they did have Wi-Fi though, in fairness. There was Wi-Fi there. Sorry, I thought I could take off my hood, but I can't. So they did have Wi-Fi, so when I was looking up Google Maps and there was no public transport coming up on Google Maps, a bus pulled up outside and it just said shuttle. And I was like, is this like a hotel shuttle bus? Can anyone get on this bus? But I saw a good few people that were on my plane go to the bus. So I was like, fuck it, like I'll just transit. And then I heard people in the queue being like, oh yeah, the bus stop says Medieval, or the bus stop says Carcassonne. I don't know how to pronounce it. And I was like, okay, I'll just like chat to the bus driver and see what happens. Oh, I think that's a hotel. Oh, lovely. So yeah, so the bus here was €6, which I thought was a bit pricey because it's like a 10-15 minute drive, but I guess anything is better than a taxi. So shuttle bus was €6, and then I checked in. So from the bus stop to the hostel, I want to say less than a 5-minute walk, but not to be dramatic or anything, I thought I was being followed by a guy on the plane, but I think he was just another solo traveler, and I think he just assumed, because I had like my big bags on, I think he just assumed that I was going to the hostel, and I think he was taking a chance that I knew where I was going, so I don't think he pulled out his phone and was doing direction. Now he was following me from the bus stop. Okay, following me is dramatic. We were going in the same direction from the bus stop to, I want to say, 3 minutes, because when I looked down Google Maps, there's 2 minutes left to go. And so I pulled in and I pretended to like check something on my phone, and I just stood there, and then he looked at a menu nearby to a restaurant, but like he was there for a good 5 minutes because I was timing it on my phone. And then he pulled out his phone. And then he walked. So then I waited another 2 minutes. And then I was walking. And then he was ahead of me. And to be fair, he wasn't like looking back or anything. So I was like, okay. I was scared myself for no reason. And people were just looking at me. Anyways, sure, lo and behold, when I went into reception, he was fucking there. So I think he just assumed we were going in the same direction. But it kind of just like scared me, and I was like, oh, this is not what I wanted for the first day. But checked in, saw one other person in my hostel room. I'm sharing with 6. I think it's a female dorm, to be honest. I don't really mind. I just kind of went with the cheaper one, whether it's mixed or female, because I splashed out for when I'm in Paris and I'm staying in a hostel, but I'm staying in a private room. So I just went with the cheapest options for the other locations. And yeah, she was lovely. I'm pretty sure she was Irish. She was like getting ready and stuff. I just said hi, and I was like, okay. First awkward encounter over with, but it wasn't awkward. She seemed lovely. And then what else? So then I walked, I think, 2 minutes down the road. To be fair, the hostel is so central, so the reviews were right about that. And I walked to a coffee shop, and I had a sandwich, and they toasted it, and I had an iced coffee, and it was like such a nice iced coffee. It was gorgeous. And when I tell you, the rain that poured down was like something out of a thunderstorm, like, and there was thunder. So yeah, it was awful. And I was sitting outside because it was like humid, so I thought there was going to be thundery showers and stuff, but like it really just like rained and poured. So that was it really. I kind of drafted a few TikToks, try and get ahead so I don't feel overwhelmed. So I did that on the Wi-Fi because I got my eSIM from Gomo World again. So I have 4 gigs for $3.99, and I'm trying to be more mindful because when we got them in Germany, I feel like I wasted the second batch I got, even though I knew we needed it for Lime and maps and stuff. But I just need to be more mindful while using it and use Wi-Fi when I can. And then I won't lie, after the big rain ends, I stayed in the coffee shop, I think, for like a good hour, because I didn't want to like spend all my time in the hostel, but like rain and pouring. And then I think I have a clip of like these people were just walking underneath this sheet. I think they must have found it on the side of the road, and it was like a group of 6 of them, and they were all walking underneath the sheet. It was actually quite funny. People kept like hollering at them and like hooling at them while they were walking down the street. And then I went back to my hostel, and I was gonna try and edit the Vietnam vlog and like airdrop it from my phone to my laptop and stuff, and try and just get ahead of it. And the Wi-Fi is not that great because I was trying to watch Law and Order at the same time, and Law and Order wasn't loading, and yeah, it just wasn't great. So, and I didn't want to make noise because I have to do a voiceover for the TikToks, but I didn't want to make noise in my room because people had like their curtains closed, so people could be taking a nap or whatever. And then of course I was laying in bed, dozed off. I think I dozed off for 20 minutes. I also slept 20 minutes on the plane, but that's after going off roughly about 4 hours of sleep. But it's definitely less than 4 hours of sleep because I kept like tossing and turning because I was worried I wasn't going to wake up from my alarm. But then yeah, I got up and I'm still in my airplane clothes. I think this is what I'm going to wear for the night. And I'm walking over to the medieval side of the town. I'm going to go see the castle. So I'm going to bring you along with me. That's my little update. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the vlog so far. this is the castle. She's so pretty. This after dinner, and on the placemat it said that this castle is the largest enclosed castle in France. I hope I read that right. But it is 8:20 now, and I ate basically in the castle area, so in the medieval area, and I'm on the way back in now to like the central town. But yeah, it's around, I think, 8:20, 8:25, and I'm on the way back to the centre of town. I think I might get an ice cream and possibly a coffee. He asked me did I want a coffee after dinner, and I was so tempted, but I think I just want to get back to like the main area. And yeah, and I've started sneezing, so I really hope I don't get a cold from this rain. But it was so nice. So that Coke Zero and the pasta came together to $15.90. To be fair, I think the Coke by itself was like $3.50. So also, I didn't say it earlier, but I just have to remember when I was looking at what time it was. The lovely woman at the hostel, at the reception, who was checking me in, she checked in the lady before me, and she kind of gave me like the same speech and everything, and that was fine. But she told me, she was like, oh, and when you come back after 11, this is the door that you go through. And she like came around the counter and like showed me, which was lovely, you know, instead of just pointing over there and being like, oh, she'll figure it out. She was so lovely, like she demonstrated. But I was like, am I giving the impression of that I'm partying all night in town and I won't be back till after 11, and the girl before me wasn't? I was a bit like, what vibes am I giving off? Saw some ice cream prices, and the cheapest for a 2 scooper was €5. Dearest I found is $5.50, and a few places had $5.50. I forget what that word is when a few of them group together and price fixing. I know the Irish bread companies did it in Ireland a few years ago. They all had like their bread at like, not like a high price basically, and they all kind of had it roughly the same, and then it was unfair basically. I'm on this gorgeous bridge, and the castle is just behind me. It's so pretty. Gonna get a coffee, gonna get an ice cream. Kind of debating, do I go back? So there's a bar in the hostel downstairs, but the lady in reception told me that obviously if you're back after 11 you have to go in to another door, which makes me think, does the bar close at 11? Oh my god, look at this gorgeous, I gotta flip the camera around, look at this gorgeous walkway. Sorry, another thought I had is that I think that's my first time. I feel like I've eaten in restaurants before, but like boujum and like fast food restaurants, and not necessarily like a sit down restaurant. So I think it's like the first time it's like, oh, table for one please, which is good. I think that's important, and like not to have the fear of it. Sorry, when you actually do it, it's kind of like, oh, not that it was like scary, it was just a little bit uncomfortable at the start, but it was fine. And the guy was lovely. He was asking me where I was from, and I was like, oh, Ireland. And he was like, oh, some Ben something from Ireland won, I think, the first stage of the Tour de France. I was like, yeah, he's so fast. I always saw it on the news that he won. Could not tell you anything about this fella. So I'm kind of just wandering around the streets looking for somewhere for a nice coffee and ice cream, and I think I'll head back to the square because there is a bit going on, and hopefully find something nice. But then tomorrow I don't really have a plan. I might try to get a good chunk of editing done, because the cafe that I was at today had a really nice coffee and they had Wi-Fi, even though I think after 15 minutes it kind of boots you out and you have to like redo it. But yeah, that kid was staring at me, and to be fair, I'd be staring at me too if I was talking to myself. I can hear like music and like speakers, And when I was going around the square, they were setting up a stage, but it looked like they had lots set up. I don't know if they're doing a sound check or that it could be like a little concert. I don't know. But it's very nice, free entertainment.
Keep crying on their shoulders.
Okay, so basically I've walked around in a circle like 4 times, and the place that I eventually went into, because I was trying to check prices as well, the place I eventually went into, they were closing. And so I just went into a place for coffee, and I was like, am I really in the mood for coffee? Then it warmed me up loads, so it's good. And the only ice cream place that's open is either like part of a bar or it's back in the medieval town, so no ice cream tonight, unfortunately. And the supermarket closed at 9. And I walked to another supermarket, said it was open on Google Maps, but it was actually closed. Good morning. It is like the 13th of July. It is Sunday, and checkout was 11, so it is currently 11:06. And I am in the same place as yesterday because the coffee was so good, and they have Wi-Fi, and it's my train's not till 12:50, so this is where we are. I could probably go to different places, but this is a nice place. This phone keeps slipping. The hostel was actually so nice, and the lady at reception was so nice. She was like, please write a review if you have the time. And I was like, Sarah, of course I will. So I must write that review. For breakfast I got another iced caramel latte because it was so good. And I just got a yogurt with berries just because I've been having yogurt a bit recently for breakfast, but I know it's important to be having breakfast. And I felt like when I had the carbonara yesterday for dinner, I felt like I wasn't having a lot of fruit in my diet. I go to Sete today. I was telling Sarah, my new BFF, she was like, oh my god, you're gonna have the best time ever. An amazing time. And what was so lovely, she filled up my water. She was like, do you want some water? I was like, yes please. And to be fair, she also asked me that when I was checking in yesterday, but I was a little bit of a sweaty mess. I was like, no, it's okay, no thank you. But she was so nice, so I definitely recommend. I'll put the name of the hostel here and I'll write a review. This is my yogurt and granola. And what was I going to say? Yeah, I'm excited about Sete. One of my friends has been here before, and she got the bus to the beach, and she was so good. She sent me on the bus and everything, what bus to get. So, and the only cash I have, which is very stupid, was a €20 note. So when I had the cappuccino last night, I broke the 20 so that I would have coins so that I could pay for the bus, because I think the bus is like €2. But I'm afraid that they'll only accept coin. I have a little bit of a pain in my stomach, but I've been having pains. Sorry, I'm dripping sweat. I've been having pains in my stomach for a while, and I just haven't gone to the doctor. I don't know why, because that's just silly. Ever since I came back from Vietnam, which is a little bit worrying. Well, I guess not for the animal, I guess the whole trip. So I don't know. It's not like bad pains, but it's definitely like a discomfort, and it's definitely like, you know, it's there. So I should go to see the doctor. Anyway, I'm telling you my life story. Okay, now I'm gonna click it right. Okay, bye. Hello. So I just left the cafe, and I'm walking to the train station. I'm like, it's 12:05 now, and the train is at 12:50. So I have loads of time, but I just thought it's better than rushing there, and I felt like I was taking up space in the cafe. Got a little bit of editing done. I made a thumbnail for the Bangkok vlog, and I tried to edit some of the Vietnam vlog. So thank God I left the cafe early and decided to come here because I read the train time wrong. The train is at 12:21, not 12:51. So thank fuck. Oh my god. But it's here. It is a very small train station, so that's the one thing. I've just arrived in Sete. The hostel is a 15-minute walk from the train station. I think there could only be one hostel in Sete because my friend was saying, oh, you're going to be staying in this hostel. I was like, how do you know? And then I looked up on Hostel World and yeah, I think there is only one hostel. The weather is beautiful. It's sunny. There's a breeze. On the train you pass the beach and the water just looked beautiful. It looked amazing. Now, I don't know, so it's 2 o'clock now and check-in isn't until 3 o'clock, but look how beautiful. It's so beautiful here, I love it. I don't know if I'm too late to get the bus and get it home again. I don't know, so I don't even know if I can go to the beach today or do I just go tomorrow and then have the full day tomorrow. So I'm here 2 days. Tonight and tomorrow, and then I get the train to Montpellier tomorrow, but I don't have it booked and I think it's like €2 to get the train, and to be fair, the train that I was on right now, the next stop was Montpellier, so we shall see.